We've seen a lot of news that is very come back to the office because reasons. But we haven't seen a lot of news that says, you know what, you should work remote. This guy, he just straight up, he has balls. This is the first time I've seen someone on the news say, absolutely, you guys should stay at home. Look.
Meantime, we're more than halfway through June, which means next week it is officially summer. And before summer's over, a lot of workers will be returning to the office, at least for most of the week. So the question, is that a good thing? John Fort is here, and he is going to weigh in on both sides of it. John.
Andrew, no. Returning to the office is not a good thing.
Hallelujah. That's what I'm talking about. It's good. You love to see it. You love to see it. Look, it is not a good thing. And this guy's in the office. He has to go to work to do this job, and he still says, no, it's not a good thing. So, like, that's how you know. This guy's like, I understand my job. I have to come to the studio to be able to film. However, most people don't need to do that if they're knowledge workers.
A year ago, CEOs were crowing about how well everybody was doing, staying productive from home. And it's like they've forgotten. Well, here's a reminder. Knowledge workers working from home spent 12% less time drawn into large meetings and 9% more time interacting with customers and partners, according to a study London Business School did in the pandemic and published last August. And since then, we've seen that the at-home option is important to morale. A Morning Consult survey of 1,000 workers found 4 in 10 would consider quitting if they didn't get some flexibility to work from home. And innovative leaders are leaning into it. Digital payments platform Stripe is offering workers $20,000 and a 10% pay cut to leave pricey areas like San Francisco, Seattle, and New York altogether. So the push to get workers back into offices isn't about productivity or working happiness. Could it be about control or companies that even after the year we've had are resistant to change? I think that's more likely.
This is the first time I've seen the news at least go against the popular, it's time to bring everybody back for collaboration, but then they do like this good cop, bad cop thing. I haven't watched anything after this.
Work from home should be the norm from here on out.
Hallelujah.
Okay, but there's got to be some benefits to being in the office, though, right? I mean, you know, you're broadcasting from home right now?
No. On the other hand, Andrew, I mean, heck no. I hate working from home full time. Coming back to the office isn't all bad. I mean, yes, at the beginning of the pandemic, bosses reported great productivity and workers said they loved it. Then a lot of us got sick of it. I mean, more than half of employees want to work in an office environment again, at least some of the time.
I still think that you should let employees choose and look at the results of their work. Don't force them to come in because collaboration, when in reality, everyone that's going to go back to the office is going to sit there and slack the dude next to them anyways. They're going to use Teams and talk to the person across the open office. It's kind of silly. It's just going to go back to, I don't understand. Maybe the news has actually given up on trying to push full-time back in the office, and now they're like, well, what about hybrid? Maybe I just got bamboozled here. I already filmed this video and I edited it, and the more I watch it back, the more I realize they're just playing us, pretty much. They're like, remote is here, just not full-time. Because them wanting you to come back in the office full-time, that didn't work. Nobody was having that. Everyone's like, I'm gonna quit. So now they're like, remote is great, just not all the time. And now they're gauging how we feel about that. Because he literally flip-flopped. Remote is here to stay. And then the next, I don't think it's gonna be here in 5 years. So I just got played. You just got played. We all just got played. And the news is pandering to us. So this is more propaganda, but they've kind of stepped it down a notch because the back to work, because everyone needs to learn how to socialize and it's good for you and your mental health, didn't work. So now they're trying this. Okay, all right, we get it. You don't want to come back full-time, but what about part-time? Get used to that. Nah, still, I think full-time, if you want, should be always an option. And then let people pick if they want to come in. And if they don't, you know, whatever. Don't guilt trip them. Don't make them seem like they're not a team player. Don't make them seem whatever.
Okay, so question. In 5 years, do you think remote work is going to be the norm or not?
Andrew, I don't think so. Work from home should be the norm from here on out.
Hallelujah.
You know, just yesterday at Evolve, I know Becky was just talking about her great session there. I was talking with Qualcomm's incoming CEO and Intel CEO Pat Gelsinger. And a few months ago when he was at VMware, he was talking a lot about remote work all the way. But now at Intel, he's got labs and fabs, right? People who need to be in specialized environments.
If you have to be at a location to do your job, then obviously you can't work remote, right? Like if you work in an oil field, you can't do that remote. It makes sense that you have to go in. But for knowledge workers, people that just do their job on the computer and the internet and talk to people, there's no reason to come in. There's really, really not. If people want to collaborate together, they can go meet somewhere if they want. People will team build if they want to. But forcing it, not fun. So this comes from CNBC's Great Resignation gains steam as return to work plans take effect. Yeah, everybody's flip-flopping. 95% of workers are now considering changing jobs. I mean, I would be too. 4 million people quit their jobs in April alone. Good. All right, in other news, we have this meme of Jeff Bezos here saying work-life balance is a debilitating phrase. He wants Amazon workers to view their career and lives as a circle. Amazon's founder, Jeff Bezos, isn't a fan of the phrase work-life balance. Obviously, this makes sense when you own the company because you're in complete control of your work and your life. When you're an employee, you don't really get control over that. So you have work and then you have life. It makes perfect sense why Jeff Bezos thinks it's silly. It's a debilitating phrase, but as a worker that just wants to do your job and go home, it's not a circle. That's imagine someone drawing the circle of life. Work, life, work. It's actually a circle, Bezos said. It's not a balance. I mean, maybe for you, Mr. Billionaire CEO that can do whatever he wants whenever he wants, but for a lot of workers, it's not. It's something that they have to do so that they can do the things that they want to do. Bezos said his new hires should stop trying to find balance within their professional and personal lives since that implied a strict trade-off between the two. There is. Unless you own the company, there is. Like for me right now, I do YouTube, right? I can make a video if I want. I could go live life if I want. It's totally up to me to kind of balance if I want money or if I want to go do things I enjoy because I'm in control of how I work. For these people, it's not. They get punished if they don't do what they're assigned to do. Instead, Bezos envisions a more holistic relationship between work and life outside the office. Isn't Amazon the same company that has a hire-to-fire mentality? Like you have to fire a certain amount of people as a manager every year at Amazon. There was an entire article, I think on LeetCode or HackerRank about this. This work-life harmony thing is what I try to teach to young employees and actually senior executives at Amazon too, but especially the people coming in. I get asked about work-life balance all the time, and my view is that it's a debilitating phrase because it implies there's a strict trade. There shouldn't be, but you don't own the company. So you got to work, and then you go live life 2 days a week. That's just the reality of it. Bezos said he didn't compartmentalize his career and his personal life because he owns the company. There's a complete difference. If I'm happy at home, I come into the office with tremendous energy, if you want to, right? If you want to. And if I'm happy at work, I come home with tremendous energy. Historically, the world's richest man has taken a non-traditional approach to work. He said he made time for breakfast every morning with his family, doesn't set his alarm before going to bed because it doesn't matter if he gets up or not. It's his company. Schedules surprisingly few meetings because it's his company. He can choose to do that and set aside a few minutes every day to wash his own dishes because it's his company and he can choose to do that. When you own the company and you have that kind of money and that kind of power, of course. Anyways, that's all I got for you today. If you enjoyed this video, do me a favor, click like, subscribe, share it if you want. I'll link the video. You can go watch it for yourself. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Some links in the description if you'd like to support the channel. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next one.